안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
Can you say it again?
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. Hello, listeners. I'm AJ Marks.
And I'm yo girl, Megan. And this is American Idiots Abroad.
That it is. Cue theme music.
Thank you for listening to American Idiots Abroad. If this is your first time, congratulations, you found us. I don't know how, but you did it.
Yeah.
And if this is not your first time, also congratulations. You made it back. You done good.
Congrats to us.
Yeah.
For being so charismatic that you wanted to come back.
Those are his words, not mine.
Yep.
So today we have a very special guest, and his name is Korean Billy.
안녕하세요. Hello. This is Korean Billy. I am literally Korean, and I'm now speaking, even though I'm speaking in British accent. So I do make YouTube videos online, and I make videos about British accents and British culture. Well, thank you very much for having me.
I remember first watching your videos when I was in my first year here, and like learning about British slang through a non-British person.
Random Korean, you know.
And I think a lot of people actually do that. Like a lot of British people are aware of you and they love you. Like we experienced this yesterday with multiple children coming up to you and being like, "Are you Korean Billy? Oh my God." Does that happen like often when you're here?
Well, particularly when I'm in Liverpool.
Yeah. Scousers love you.
Yeah, like when I'm in London, that doesn't really happen that much.
No.
But when I arrive at Liverpool, people just say hello to me. So that's insane, actually.
Do you ever, like, when someone comes up to you and they're like, "Are you Korean Billy?" You're like, "Actually, no, I'm Korean Joseph." Everyone gets us mixed up.
I'm not Korean Billy. No.
No.
Sorry. I could do that.
No.
So you've been given expertise on the British language even though you did not grow up in this country. Mm-hmm. You grew up in Korea and then came to Preston for university.
I only spent half a year. I'm still like trying to fix my accent from American one into British one. So I still like when I talk a lot, I still like, have a little bit of like American like spice in my accent.
American spice.
Yes.
So tell us where the American spice comes from. So you learned American English.
Yeah.
And then had to relearn English as British English, right?
Right, because like Korean education is 100% based on American English, so Korean schools teach only American English to Korean students. So I was also taught American English at first. So I also used to speak an American accent as well. Like
in parentheses, hell yes.
I used to like roll my tongue to say like girl, world. Yeah, hello world.
And now you do.
And I do girl, world. When I was a high school student, I got so into British culture thanks to Harry Potter.
Yeah, shout out Harry Potter. Where is he now?
So yeah, I naturally got into British English as well because I just really wanted to go to the UK because I really loved British culture. So
same.
For my first stage, I thought like, well, to go there, maybe I should just learn their language first. So I started to learn British English, and I have been learning British English over 10 years now.
So when you made your popular and well-known videos like the Scouse dialect ones and the dialect of like different places, what was that process like? Like what did you do to know what Scousers said and like actually get it correct?
So like the first moment I discovered different kinds of British accents was when I was an exchange student in Preston. So from them I could like hear some different accents like Scouse and Mancunian, like Manchester accent and Geordie. At first I didn't know like what they were talking about, but I found it really interesting. So I just asked them like, what does that mean? And I just found it really interesting. So I just tried to like mimic them. I tried to find more about it. And I also searched like YouTube videos about different kinds of dialects as well.
Yeah, you've chosen some difficult accents to try. You got the Scouse, you got the Geordie, you got Glaswegian. That one, I don't even...
I want to hear your Glaswegian.
Yeah.
Is that okay? Can I just like quiz you on these?
Like last region is like, aye, that's pure bro power. Something like that. Aye, that's pure bro power.
That is pure bro power.
Yeah.
Cool.
Pure bro power. I like that. This turned into a quiz show.
This turned into a quiz show for AJ's entertainment. Then there's Scouse. Mm-hmm. Can we hear your Scouse accent?
The very typical one is, can I have one chicken and a can of Coke, please? Look how there's a busy.
Our kid.
Yeah. Look how there's an arcade.
There's an arcade.
Did you ever do video on Burnley slang or accents?
Really, I made Lancashire accents.
Just like a general Lancashire?
Yeah, just general
Can you do like a
dialect.
Lancashire accent? Back to the quiz.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's like the most like distinctive thing is like up and love, that kind of sound. Yeah, like come here and stuff like that.
Oh, that's
yeah,
good.
or I
Yeah.
love come here. Like if you need anything, come to us. Stuff
You're better at this than we are.
Yeah,
and like,
right.
English is our first
So much
language.
better.
It's our only language.
Should we explain what taking the piss is?
So taking the piss is basically joking.
That phrase is not really used by American people.
No, I remember the first time that I tried to use this phrase. So I was like in my first week here, and I was like, okay, well, I've been here for like a week now. I'm gonna try out a phrase. And I was talking to these two people. One of them made a joke, and then I said, "Are you taking a piss?" And he was like, "Excuse me?"
Is it like, are you peeing or something?
Yeah,
Like the
exactly.
toilet?
Are you taking a piss? So Americans, when you come here, do not ask someone if they are taking a piss. You ask them, are you taking the piss?
Right. Yes.
Right, yes. Now that that's cleared up.
And did you know the polite version of that is taking the mickey?
Yeah.
It's based on the Cockney rhyming slang. There's a rhyming thing going on. Yeah.
We haven't gotten into that yet.
Yeah.
We'll sink into that.
That's uncharted territory for us.
Right.
I love Cockney rhyming slang. Let's just throw some out there. What does it mean when you say, I'm going to go walk up the apple and pears? All right, to our American listeners, the key word that you're looking for is the last word of the phrase.
The stairs.
Yes.
I'm gonna go walk up the stairs.
Yeah, apple and pears is stairs. Yes. Oh, I'd love a Ruby Murray.
I'd love a McFlurry.
No, that's the most American
I'd love
answer.
to be.
People don't use brand like
No, yeah.
brand products for
so
Cockney
true.
rhyming slang. Yeah.
so true.
There wasn't
I'm
like
new to
McFlurry
this.
back then, you know?
It's England. They make phrases like on the spot all the
That's so
fucking
true.
time.
Do they call it Mackey's in Preston?
Mackey's?
Yeah, do you know what Mackey's is?
No, what is that?
McDonald's. People would be like McDanks in the States.
McDinks.
Yeah.
God, Americans
There
are
are so
so
many
amazing.
nicknames for that. So many nicknames, yeah.
But anyway, you still didn't answer the Ruby Murray.
What rhymes with Murray?
Murray.
Think about it, babe.
Murray.
What country are we in? They don't have a lot of foods that they would make a rhyme for. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know.
A curry.
Give me another one.
This is easy. I'm Hank Marvin.
I'm starving.
Oh God, do I have anything on my boat race?
On my face?
Yeah,
Do I have
yeah,
anything on my
yeah.
boat race?
Oh, race. That's right.
Do people actually say these things?
Yes. You know how when people say, "Oh, I'm not a grass."
Grass.
I'm not an ass?
This is like a slang, like a shortened version of a Cockney rhyming slang, meaning I don't snitch. It's short for I'm not a grasshopper, which would be I'm not a who would be a grass? Who would spill the beans? Korean Billy, do you have this one?
Not sure.
Ooh, this is hard. Popper. Shopper. Popper. Paparazzi?
No.
No.
Copper.
Oh, like a cop.
Yeah.
Like a policeman.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Anyway. That was so much more anticlimactic than I thought it would be. I have to go take a Richard III.
I have to go take a.
I'm gonna go have a Richard III.
Have.
Have a.
Did you see that dog take a Richard III?
It sounds like you're saying shit for all of these, but it doesn't rhyme with third.
Is it bird?
Clurd.
Turd.
Turd. Oh, of course.
That's a goddamn pork pie.
Oh my god.
What?
That's a goddamn pork pie.
No, I heard what you said, but what?
Pork pie. You're full of pork pies.
Oh, this is another one of the slang.
You just realized.
Oh, okay. This is a lie.
Yes!
Oh.
Very good. Ding, ding, ding.
Wow.
Nice
Next
one.
time someone lies to me, I'll be like, that's a goddamn pork pie.
I don't Adam and Eve this.
Believe this.
Yes! People, these are real things. This is not like, when I found out about this, I was like, this is the most fun that anyone has ever had with language ever. Like, we don't have anything like this in American English, I don't think. And I heard that the reason why this happened, listeners, email us at aiahosts@gmail.com if I'm full of shit. But I heard that Cockney rhyming slang came from criminals. They didn't know if like cops were listening at any given time. So they would like replace different things like, oh, where's the bangers and mash?
Where's the cat?
Exactly. Right. So it came from necessity in like organized crime in these like poorer parts of London.
Wait, are we organizing crime right now?
Oh yeah, this is a whole episode.
So I also heard a story saying that Cockney rhyming slang was used by butchers as well, because they had to like fake the customers, like try to share only butchers' wares, and they just tried to give like low quality meat rather than like high quality meat.
Wait,
and like deceive customers.
Butchers organized crime.
Yeah.
Right. Like when I was in Lancashire, I was quite surprised to see people call everybody love. Actually, that could be a bit like embarrassing or surprising to Asian people, because like calling someone love is really intimate thing, and really affectionate thing. But everybody is just called love up there with the Lancashire accent, love.
So my friend from Vietnam would tell me that like holding hands in public back home was like offensive to the older generations, like because it was like too much intimate contact going on in public. Is it at all like that in South Korea?
I think like holding hands would be a bit like awkward thing for older generations as well. So,
really?
Yeah.
Would that be frowned upon by the older generations?
I think so, yeah.
So if you hate PDA, move to South Korea.
Yeah, shout out South Korea.
Shout out South Korea. So I love saying this word, which is kind of like a mix of two words.
Okay.
In it.
In it,
So have you started
all the
saying in it?
I started using that actually.
It's a mashup of the words isn't and it.
Is it not used by American people?
No.
Oh my god.
Right?
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. So do you guys just say isn't it? It's crazy, isn't it?
We would just say,
Isn't that crazy?
Isn't that crazy?
Oh,
so it's a different order of our words that is like fundamentally different sometimes. And that's definitely one of them.
So this is something that I called you when we had to start a little bit late, and you were okay with that. And that's legend. And I love being called a legend. I love when people are like, oh, absolute legend, thank you so much. It
often starts with the word absolute.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolute is the
legend.
common like adjective to legend.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when people are like, oh, you're such a legend, I'm like, really? It's like, for some reason, it's like the most, I know people just use it loosely, but for some reason it has some like emotional weight to me.
It's like, oh, you're being like respected a lot, right?
It's like, oh wow, you really appreciate me for who I am on the inside.
Or ledge.
Ledge.
Yeah,
Oh
ledge.
yeah.
Shortening to ledge.
Fucking
Absolute
ledge.
ledge.
British people will just, they'll make short words shorter.
Often I hear defo as well. Defo.
Defo.
We should
Defo.
defo meet up again or something like that.
Yeah, someone told me defo was like a Scouts thing, and I was like, like that's definitely also an American thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
I've never heard an American say defo.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. All my friends back home would say defo.
Mind blown.
Mind blown. And then there's saws.
There's saws, S-O-Z or Z.
Oh, yes. There's saws and tamas, which are like texting kind of.
And they do it for names as well. So there's Daz for Darren. There's
Has for Harry.
There's Gaz for Gareth.
Yes.
There's Baz for Barry.
Is there Laz for Larry?
Maybe.
Okay, we're gonna we're gonna start a campaign on Facebook. Hashtag Get Laz for Larry.
But I do think that it's interesting because I thought that British people were going to be like more eloquent, more like like, not to say that they aren't, but just like that it wouldn't be so playful with how they spoke. I had this misconception of how British people were going to be, and that was like,
we're perceived as like fun and kind of
loud
and silly, and British people to us are perceived as like quite dry, or I mean, and that's not to say that they aren't.
There definitely is that aspect, but I thought that would like invade more parts of their being.
Yes.
That's not the right word, but
It isn't the right word. But it's the word that we're going to use on the podcast.
and in fact, no, because if your name is fucking Darren, you're gonna be Big Daz, and you're gonna be
Big Daz.
you're gonna be like,
Oh, Big Daz.
exactly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna be just like, it's just so much more playful than I thought. It's so much more like,
everything here is like super playful. Another example of that, ting. So when they're like, oh, like mad ting. So ting instead of thing.
Yeah.
I do think that Might come from Caribbean like culture and like Caribbean.
Jamaican patois.
It is like invaded Britain. Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like when you listen to grime music in the UK, like ting is such a ting. you
Yeah.
know?
ting is a ting.
It is a
There we
ting.
go.
Do you like grime?
I sometimes listen to that when I kind of like get away from the reality and feel a different vibe, you know, and like try to be a naughty boy. I just listen to grime music.
I'll walk down the street and like my favorite grime artist is Slow Tie. Shout out Slow Tie. And I'll be like, God, I'm so badass right now. Like, just have my headphones and I'm like, I didn't even make this song.
I'm
and
such a bitch.
Yeah, exactly. I'm such a bad bitch right now. And I'm literally just walking through like a Boots. You said that you had to unlearn some American things and relearn the British version. Can you give some examples of things that you had to unlearn?
Well, for example, underground and subway. Like when I go to London, people take the underground or tube, but in Korea it's called subway. But in the UK, subway is a underground alleyway, right?
What?
Oh, you're
Oh shit! I've been saying subway this whole time.
Have you? No one's corrected you.
Yeah.
That's another thing about British culture is you'll say something wrong the entire time and no one will correct you unless you ask.
Or unless you're Megan and you say taking a piss.
Yeah.
You're like, too far.
And I never saw them again.
So it's so confusing, and also like elevator and lift. You know?
Yeah, that's one of like I
Yeah.
think like the common ones. That's Rosetta Stone's like basic bitch guide.
Yeah, exactly.
And I remember when in the UK, when I was asked to go to first floor, I went to the ground floor,
Yes.
which is called in the UK. But like ground floor, first floor, that thing is so confusing to me as well as a Korean.
What are some of your like favorite phrases that you've like kept using?
Like London slang,
Like what?
like mandem.
Mandem.
Wait, explain that one.
Oh, they are my mandem. Like, I chill out, like, I hang out with my mandem today, stuff like that. Like, me mandem's coming to my place.
Like
stuff
my
that.
crew, like my group of friends.
Yeah, group
Is it
of
one word?
friends. Yeah.
Mandem.
Yeah, one word.
MAN.
DEM.
I definitely hear it in like grime.
Yeah.
There are lots of, like, words for, like, friends. So, mandem and blood as well. Blood.
Yeah, blood.
Yeah. Hey, blood. That's called blood.
Like blood.
Yeah.
It's like BLUD.
Blood.
Yeah, blood.
They do that in California and some places as well, I think.
Really? What is it? Like I've never heard it. It just means group of friends or my friend.
Just one mate. Yeah.
Yeah. It's something also that I've noticed that you do is like you say like mate exclusively instead of friend. To
Oh,
learn
right.
mate.
Like, mate is also, like, commonly used in the UK, right? So I
Yeah.
just tend to use the word mate instead of friend these days.
Because that's really interesting because like it won't feel weird for me to call a British person my mate or like even like Megan my mate because
We're
like,
here.
because we're here. But in the US it'd be weird to call any of like my old like high school friends like my mates.
I might say like, oh, my mates back home say this and this and this
Yeah.
because I'm like translating what we're
Yeah.
saying like all the time, I feel.
Can you relate?
But what about the word lad? Do you guys use that, lad?
No.
Is that a northern thing, lad?
No.
I don't think so.
I think law is
Law
like
is a northern thing.
law is northern.
I
Law
think.
is short for lad, right?
Yeah.
Which is already a short word. This is again shortening like already short words.
Blimey.
Blimey.
Yeah, blimey.
Do you say that?
Sometimes when I want to sound a bit like, how can I say, posh.
Exactly, I was gonna say.
Blimey.
It's definitely a southern thing. I don't think I've ever heard a northerner say blimey.
You guys can hear blimey when you watch Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Like, blimey, Harry, sort of like that. Do you know that phrase is from God Blind Me?
What?
God blind me.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
I
God
always
blind-
thought it was blind me.
Yeah.
When people used to
Blind-
say it, I always thought it was blind me, and then someone said it was blind me, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So like you can't see anything, so that's like, oh my god, that's blimey.
Wow. Blowing minds on American Idiots Abroad.
Yeah.
Blowing Megan's mind.
What a single mind.
It's quite cool that you were taught English in our way, because in my mind it would almost make more sense to learn English the English way, do you know what I mean? Just because it's literally called that.
English.
Yeah.
It would make sense to me too, because that's like how most Europeans learn it, because it's also like the closest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it helpful to learn both ways for you? Like, was it
Well,
Helpful other than this podcast.
yeah. Like, do you find that it was like beneficial in your life to be like, I can navigate with both Americans and English people now?
well, at first it was a bit more inconvenience for me because,
makes sense.
like, I was so mixed. But now that I know two different types of English, I can just enjoy more of it.
Yeah.
Like, I can just find it more interesting, and I enjoy English languages more.
We joke about it being a different language, but it kind of is.
Like even the ways in which you communicate in terms of like body language, like
Like it's messing with my eggy bread.
what?
Messing with my head.
So you just made that up?
Yep.
Yeah. Don't make
Wait,
up.
can you
my
not make
God.
up Cockney slang?
No.
Oh, is that how it works?
No, that's not how it works.
Oh, so people just know. People just
You
know.
memorize the.
Oh, that's so much work.
Oh, you need to be a butcher for that.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Korean
Oh,
Billy.
thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much, American Megan.
Thanks, American AJ. We're Facebook friends now. Slide into our DMs next time you're here. We'd love to have you back on.
Yeah, definitely.
100%.
Bosla.
Yeah.
Bosla.
Where can people find what you do?
So my name is literally Korean Billy. So if you search Korean Billy on YouTube or Facebook, you can find my videos. So check it out.
Yeah, we weren't just calling him Korean Billy.
All the time.
You can find me at I Am Sola Music on Instagram, Facebook, SoundCloud, Twitter, everywhere. And you can find my song Closure on Apple Music and Spotify and Deezer and literally
Et
everywhere.
cetera. You can find me at AJ Marks Official. So that's every platform on the face of the earth. Easy to
good.
remember.
Yes. We're going to go out on a little clip of one of Korean Billy's videos.
This is a video by Korean Billy. I didn't know what to call it.
Alright la, gotta go and see our kid in the Aussie. That brachi was boss la. I'm going to ask that for some scran la. I need new club la. Hello, this is Billy. Today I'm going to talk about Liverpool dialect words. As Scouse is a regional dialect, there are many other Scouse words which are different from standard English words. Then let's take a look at some Scouse words. The first one is la. La is an abbreviation of lad, and Scousers usually say la instead of mate. Also in Scouse, la is often put at the end of a sentence. The next one is brachi. I think you can guess what it means as it looks similar to the original word. Brachi means breakfast, and brachi can also be spelled with B-R-E-K-K-Y. The next one is boss. You know this word, right? Boss originally means someone who is in charge of an organization, but in Scouse, boss means awesome. Then let's take a look at an example sentence. That breakfast was awesome, mate. That brachi was boss la. That breakfast was awesome, mate. That brachi was boss la. The next word is...
Leave it out is another phrase.
Have you heard that one?
I don't actually know what this means.
Leave it out.
Do you want to explain?
I think I know what it means. Actually, let's go ask Will. Why, Will? What does leave it out mean? Yeah. Thanks.
Stop shitting.
Fact fact checker Will says that it means stop bullshitting.
Shout out fact checker Will.
Thanks, Will.